In this math video tutorial, we will learn algebraic fractions. Let's get started. Don't forget, like us and subscribe. First of all, let's begin with a definition and understanding of algebraic fractions. An algebraic fraction is an expression of the form a divided by b, where a and b are monomials or polynomials or polynomials. As we know, monomials is polynomial with one member. For example, this is a monomial, but for example, if we have plus z, this is already a polynomial. In this case, in our algebraic fraction, a is called a numerator and b is called a denominator of our algebraic fraction. And rules for arithmetical operations of algebraic fractions are the same as for simple fractions, and we will give review of basic operations. So if you don't understand what is a fraction, you have to watch our arithmetic playlist in this channel, Open Math Camp. Let's give examples. Example of reducing algebraic fractions, AF, shortly. Assume we have 18x squared y to the power 5 divided by 21x y to the power 3. This fraction can be reduced, and this is done by first of all, watch at these two numbers. Since this fraction can be represented as 18 over 21 times x squared over x times y to the power 5 times y to the power 3. And that's why each of these elements of our fraction must be cancelled out correspondingly. That's why, first of all, we watch at this first element. And since 18 can be represented as 3 times 6, and 21 is represented as 3 times 7, and this 3 and 3 is cancelled out, so we have 6 over 7. From this x, we have cancellation of x and cancellation of these two. So x squared divided by x is x, and we write here x. And from this y, we have cancellation of this y cubed, and from this 5, we will have y squared. And this is final answer after reducing our fraction. Next example, assume we have 100 a to the power 3 b to the power 5 divided by 120 a to the power 5 and b to the power 3. In this case, our 100 and 120 can be divided by 20, and we will have 5 over 6. And from these two elements, we have at the denominator a squared. And if we look at this b to the power 5 divided by b to the power 3, we will have b squared in numerator. That's all. As we already noted in previous tutorial, the factorization is very important when we want reduce our fraction. Let's give an example of reducing fraction after factorization of numerator and denominator. Assume we have a fraction a squared minus 2ab plus b squared divided by a minus b. Using shortcut multiplication formulas we gave earlier in our playlist, algebra playlist, we know that this polynomial in numerator can be written as a minus b squared, and divided by a minus b, this is equal to a minus b, and that's all. So we transformed our complex algebraic expression into simple one. Next example, assume we have a cubed minus b cubed divided by a minus b. Once again, using shortcut multiplication formulas, a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. And divided by a minus b, after cancellation, this is equal to a squared plus ab plus b squared. Next example, more complex example. Assume we want perform reducing of this fraction 2a squared minus ab minus 3b squared divided by 2a squared minus 5ab plus 3b squared. Let's denote this as a over b. And next, let's perform factorization of polynomial a. If we rewrite it, this is 2a squared minus ab minus 3b squared. And we can write it as 2a squared minus 3ab plus 2ab minus 3b squared. What we did here, obviously this minus ab is equal to minus 3ab plus 2ab. Next, we write these two terms as a times 2a minus 3b. And these two terms can be written as b times 2a minus 3b. And that's why our polynomial a can be written as 2a minus 3b times a plus b. So we finished with numerator of our fraction. Let's begin with denominator of our fraction. Along the same way, our denominator can be written as a times 2a minus 3b minus b times 2a minus 3b. And this is equal to 2a minus 3b times a minus b. And now we for a and b, we know how a and b can be factorized. And after factorization, let's rewrite this again, and it will be a divided by b, where a is 2a minus 3b times a plus b over 2a minus 3b times a minus b. Next, we perform cancellation, and at last we will have a plus b divided by a minus b. And that's all. So all in all, after reducing our complicated algebraic fraction, we have a simple form of our fraction.